Hello, Facebook fans and YouTube fans of DX Engineering. It's Tuesday afternoon here in the Eastern time zone of the USA. It's time for Tuesdays with Tim and Jeff. I'm Tim K3LR, and today we have two special guests. It's normally it's just one special guest, but today we have two. We have Kees W0AAE in the shack here at K3LR, and also Grace KE8RJU up in Michigan. Hello, Kees and Grace.
Hello there.
Hello.
And so, we're going to talk about satellites and stuff here in a minute, but Kees, give us your story about ham radio. How did you get started in ham radio?
Yeah, so I got started with a museum. I live in near Minneapolis, Minnesota. There's a museum there of broadcasting, and I went to their shack, saw the cool equipment around, and was like, hey, why not try this out? So I got a book and studied for the test, and here I am today, pretty much. I got my general a few years back, and honestly, I should probably get my extra pretty soon. But I've been doing a lot of contest operating. I do satellites. I'm pretty much doing the works now, working on balloon launches, and which is coming up. And my favorite mode is CW. I really enjoy it. I've been picking that up recently, and it's been so much fun. And for contesting, it really opened the world for it.
So, Kees, how old are you?
I'm 17 right now.
You're 17, and you did not need to learn CW.
Correct. Yeah.
To get your license and stuff. Why, as a 17-year-old, would you learn CW?
Yeah, so I was into SSB contests, and I realized that there was such a bigger world of contesting. I always go down to the CW contest and like, oh, I can't copy CW. What am I going to do? So 2 summers ago in 2020, during the COVID pandemic, I just took it up. I got it from Learn CW Online. And right now I can copy 65 words a minute of CW. That's just call signs. I don't do rag chewing that much, but I do the CW op CWTs almost every Wednesday. So that really helps, and it's just been a blast.
65 words a minute. Here I've known CW for 50 years, and I'm nowhere close to 65 words a minute. But that is just tremendous. And Grace, we know your story. You're part of a ham family, right? Who all is licensed in your family, Grace?
Yeah, so I'm an only child. So both of my parents are licensed, and my grandparents on my dad's side, and then my uncle also.
Wow. And you, Grace, you have focused on satellites. And so tell us about the 13 Colonies event that just ended here last week. Tell us about that and satellites and what you did.
Yeah, so last week, as you probably 13 colonies was happening, and it was my goal to work all 13 colonies on satellite, which was a hard thing to accomplish because there were a few stations not on every day, but I was able to complete it. Big thanks to KB3LR for getting on Delaware at last minute. I think it was almost the last day he was able to get on for Delaware.
So you worked all 13 colonies. Now, were you able to work any of the bonus stations? There were 3 bonus stations, right?
Yeah, so only one of the bonus stations, to my knowledge, has ever been on satellite. So I did work Whiskey Mike 3 Pop Echo November. They were operated by the Villanova College, which they were on almost every day. It was surprising you may be able to work them more than a normal 13 colony.
Yeah, Villanova is a great school, and any school in Pennsylvania, I'm sorry, is a great school. But that's really cool. I did not realize that it was Villanova that did that. And so, Grace, are you on the satellites every day? What goes on?
Oh yeah, I'm always on. I'm listening. Maybe not every pass I'm working someone, but right before this, I was listening to an AO91 pass, which is one of our FM satellites, and had to hop off to get over here. But I'm always listening, working the new grids, and always trying to work some new Europe and work some other grids in the U.S.
So, Case, you're also doing satellites, right?
That is correct. I do linear satellites. I have an IC706 Mark II-G that I go. I sometimes go out in the house, outside of the house, and set up my power supply outside. It gets pretty warm out, but I have my computer ready and everything. So I use my Arrow antenna, do a few satellite passes once in a while, work a few new grids here and there, and during the winter, it's very, very hard in Minnesota to get on satellite passes outside. So I'm working on getting a station outside where I can control azimuth and elevation. That might be a future project since I'm working on a lot of HF, but I really, really want to get into more satellite stuff. So I hope to do that in the future, and it's super.
Well, I know Grace has some software for the ASL, so if you need any advice, you can go right to Grace. And I know Grace's grandfather, K8RJU, very well, and John has been a tremendous amateur radio ambassador over the years. And you know, we have to see who we have here in the chat room. And we got Whiskey Delta 8 Juliet Mike is on, and we've got W0AAE.
I do know him.
You know Michael.
Yep.
Michael operated K2M here 2 weeks ago, and we've got Kilo Sierra 3 November. He's at the there's a big aluminum factory at KS3N's QTH, and Dino Kilo Lima 0 Sierra. And we've got Ray Higgins, W2 Radio Echo.
Good to see Ray.
Ray is on. And we've got Juan, Tango Golf 9 Alpha Juliet Radio is on as well. And WA4 Mike Oscar Mike, Kees and Grace, nice to see young people in the hobby. Absolutely. These are two shining examples. And we've got, let's see, Tango Fox 3 Tango. Now, if you look up on the map there, you can see the Tango Fox 3 Tango. He's up there and you know, that's Iceland.
Iceland, yeah.
And he's on watching today.
That's awesome. And
we got Greg, November Charlie 7 Bravo. And Greg has been a great blog guy on onallbands.com.
Okay. Yeah.
Onallbands.com, which is the DX Engineering blog. And we've got November 7 India Juliet is on, from Everett, Washington, and also from the Philippines. Now, if you know, we're looking at one of these big geochrons here. The Philippines, it's the middle of the night.
Yeah, it is
over there. And so that's 4 Golf 1 Papa Quebec Tango from Mumbai. And just great to have you on, Mick. And Edwin, Oscar Echo 5 Papa Queen Papa. So that's over in Austria. The sun is still up over there. And we have from Oman, Alpha 46 Bravo Zulu Zulu. Muhammad is on from Oman. So lots of stuff there. Grace, do you ever get a chance to work anybody in Africa on the satellites?
Unfortunately, not really. We work some of the Caribbean, Echo Alpha 8 islands there. It's a little too far for me in Michigan, but some East Coast stations can work in Africa with the satellites we currently have.
Okay. And what about Asia? Any luck with Asia?
A little bit. It's still pretty far. Croatia is almost the farthest we can work. I haven't worked Croatia yet, but it's possible from where I'm located.
So, Grace, you know, let's go back to 13 colonies. This isn't the first year that you've worked all the 13 colonies, right? You've been doing this for a couple of years.
Yeah, this is the second year I've been licensed with the 13 colonies event. And I did it last year too, and I also worked all 13 and the W0AAE.
Yeah, and do you get all the cards? Do you collect QSL cards?
Well, last year I didn't have QSL cards, so I didn't send those out. I did send for the certificate, so I have the certificate. I think this year I'll definitely send out for some of the cards, if not all of them.
So, Kees, you're thinking about college now, and what are you thinking? What your career path? What are you thinking?
Yeah, so my career path is probably to aerospace engineering. I'm looking at Iowa State and a few other schools near the Minnesota area. Really, satellites really brought me into that area of expertise. I've had fascination with anything space. So yeah, satellites has brought me in there. I got little 2 Baofeng radios a few years ago and just couldn't get off the satellites with those. And then I moved to bigger equipment like the IC706 for a single sideband linear satellites, and that just took off with me. And I really want to get into more aerospace things like that. So that's why I'm doing more satellite equipment and contesting. That's something that interests me. So I just like to go into other aspects of the hobby a little bit, and I'm working on balloon launches too, which is close enough to putting up a satellite. So yeah, I'm working on that here pretty soon. So yeah, that's what kind of got me started in it.
And you appear to be an ICOM guy. You got the
Yep.
IC706 and the IC7300.
7300. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm sure you can make those go. And of course, these IC7851s behind you. That'll be after college.
Impressive. Yeah,
that's after,
definitely after college.
After college.
I'll get one of those.
and we think that Grace might now be interested in going into an engineering discipline. Is that where you're thinking, Grace?
Yeah, at this point in time, that's what I'm sort of thinking, some pathway in that realm.
No, that's really cool. And you know, you guys have worked each other on the satellites.
Yes,
right?
we have. I believe we did it once. Yep.
Yeah. So that's really cool that now you get to share time here on the show. And let's see here. We've got a couple of other folks on. Whiskey 6 Sierra Charlie from Silicon Valley. Jim, nice to see you. K8 Delta Victor. K8DV is one of the DX Engineering sales team employees.
Oh, really? Okay.
Dave, yeah. Great to see young folks like Grace and Kees having fun with the hobby. It's a lifetime adventure. And then we have Maurice. I have a lot of contacts with astronauts on board the International Space Station. So, Grace, have you worked the ISS?
I have, yeah.
How many times?
Well, I've contacted the astronaut once with my personal call and once during field day with the club call. And then when the astronauts are not on, there's the crossband repeater, which I've used several times.
Nice. And Kees?
I have, I think it was 2 weekends ago during field day, I did contact them with the W0AAE call for field day. That was last. So,
very nice. Very nice. And from Denmark, it's Oscar Zulu 1 Delta Whiskey X-Ray is on. And also we've got Yankee Bravo 2 Delta X-Ray. He's in Indonesia. And again, it's the middle of the night.
Yeah.
You know, he's watching.
He's watching.
Kees and Grace here on YouTube and Facebook Live. Well, we want to thank both of you for coming on today. This was an amazing time. Oh, Scott Wright.
There's Scott. Yep. Yeah, I talked to him recently about SO2R and everything like that, and fun stuff. Yeah.
K0MD. Kees is a great contester and performs exceptionally well with his SO2R setup despite wire antennas, which is good. And he would set world records operating at K3LR. And Scott, I think that's going to happen here sooner than later. I think that is in the offing. Well, again, Grace, thanks for coming on. And Kees, thanks for stopping by with your parents today.
Yeah,
this has been a great time. And thanks to all of you for watching our show today and the rerun and everything. And we'll see you for the Manufacturers Showcase, where we're going to have Mr. ICOM is going to be on.
Oh, wow.
Ray.
Yep.
N9JA is going to be on Thursday. So we'll see you on Thursday for the Manufacturers Showcase. Until then, tune in to onallbands.com. Onallbands.com, a great blog brought to you by DX Engineering. Until then, 73 from DX Engineering.